Okay, well, thank you both so much for taking time out of your day to chat with us.
Hi,
Sure,
Kevin.
no
It's good to see
problem.
you again.
Likewise. To start, you've both built such illustrious careers in this industry. How did this project come across your desk? What was it about this character and the script that resonated with each of you?
Well, I met Stephanie through the Burbank International Film Festival, and she presented the script to me and thought I'd be fun for the role of Connie. And I took a quick read and instantly was laughing and was tearing up in places. So I thought the script was really great, and I love that the character went on just a really cool, um, quite an arc of a journey. So I was
Hmm.
excited to get to do that.
I met Stephanie at a pre-Oscars party, and she got my number from a friend of mine and asked me if I would take a read of her script, and I did, and I really liked it. So, I said I would do it, and that was about 2 years ago. So it's been a while of ups and downs and trying to get the movie made, and it really is a miracle that it's coming to theaters now.
Yeah. One of the best holiday films I've seen all year. And Kelly, Connie's journey in the film is about finding her way back and letting the past stay in the past, which you brought so much nuance to. As an actor, how did you create the space for yourself to dive into that growth and that transformation that happens over such a short period of time?
It was really just listening to the characters that helped my character.
Mm,
Blake Leeper plays the Santa Claus, who he himself has gone through quite a bit of a journey and has able to come through the other side of something really difficult. And so he kind of inspired my character. And he did such a great job that it really was just listening to him tell his story and kind of allow my character to let that kind of soak in and try giving that a try.
And Kaylee, without giving any spoilers, you get to show off your incredible range, particularly in the final moments of the film, where you take audiences on this roller coaster of emotions and one of the most heartbreaking yet inspiring scenes in the film. How did you prep for that scene in particular when you're playing with all those emotions all at once?
I remember that day specifically, it was kind of like staying in because it's my character is so not grounded by the way it's just naturally written as an
Mhm.
angel. It's not necessarily the most relatable thing for me to pull on. But I remember in that moment when we were filming, they were trying to adjust the camera, the lighting, and I was just trying to hold on to this one single thread of truth that I had for the character, and that justified my emotional like response towards seeing, I don't want to give any spoilers
Yeah.
away, but seeing what is something that is very emotional for my character. Um, yeah.
Yeah, the two are incredible in this. And there's also this really beautiful sentiment in the film about how success is how you make a difference in the world. Who are the people in your own life who've impacted your journeys as storytellers?
The first one that comes to my mind is my sixth grade teacher. She had a quote above the board that said, "All you can do is all you can do, and all you
Mm,
can do is enough." And I think there's such a push in today's world to like to do better, to be better, to get more, to go faster, to this and this and this and this and this. And the contrast of that is just like actually like you're good just how you are. And I try and tell my kids that. I said, I love you and I like you just the way you are. And I think the more that we get in touch with ourselves and the more that brings about a peace. So my sixth grade teacher, Mrs. Kendall, was a big influence for me, as well as my parents who would always support any kind of like thing that I would want to try. It takes, I think, for everybody, if everyone has something inside of them that they're passionate about, that something resonates with them, that ignites their soul, they should have the ability to try that out. And fortunately, my parents um, said, "Hey, we'll give it a go. We support you and we believe in you. If you believe in yourself and you keep a good work ethic, like we think you can do it." So my parents, I would say, and I also have a great group of friends that I've been friends with since junior high school, really. And I think those girls help remind me who I am when kind of things start to get a little swayed off track.
mm,
So for me, it's the people in my life.
The best thing for me was probably like my acting coach when I first started, who really instilled in me that as an actor, you have to have grit and perseverance.
Mm.
And I thought that that was in the earliest stages of my career. I thought that that was only applicable to, like the process of getting the job, like the audition process, like when people say no, when you're rejected. But it's actually applicable throughout your entire career, because it's like on those hard days when you're on hour 16 and you're like, dang, am I just going to wrap? But you have to pull through, which was actually that emotional scene that we were just talking about. That was shot at the end of the day of a very long day. And I remember having some personal things going on in my life, which was during that time, like someone had broken into my house and like they had put news articles out about it. I don't know, like if someone, it was very complicated. And I remember not having slept at all that night. This was the night before, like some man broke into my house, police came, and then the next day I didn't sleep at all, and I woke up in the morning. I didn't wake up in the morning, I just went straight to work, and then worked a whole day, and then had to do that emotional scene. And I remember being so exhausted and thinking, I just have to keep doing my best. I just have to have grit and perseverance and get through this scene, and not only just get through it, but to still give it my best when I'm depleted.
Did that. That's one of my favorite scenes in the film. And then, Kelly, Stephanie wrote and directed this project. Is the filming experience different when the person who's created this universe and these characters is also at the helm directing and also has experience in front of the camera? What was that collaboration like?
Everything was important to her. It's not like she was just coming in and directing someone else's words. This was coming from that she wrote it. It was coming from her heart. It was coming from principles and things that she learned throughout her journey in life. And so it was important that that was told in a way that she wanted it expressed, and also visually how she wanted it. So it was very easy to honor that, because she's such a lovely person, and because those things were such great things that people can benefit from. So it was she was lovely to work with, to work for, and we all pretty much stuck to the script, but she also allowed us to improvise quite a bit as well, and we had quite a bit of laughs on set.
A lot of unexpected humor in this film. And Caylee, in addition to the incredible work that you've done as an actor, you've also produced and directed. How have your experiences behind the camera impacted the way that you approach your work on screen and interpret scripts and characters like the one that you play in Holiday Twist?
I don't have too much experience as a producer or as a director yet, but I did direct a short film that I wrote, and I like put all my friends in it as actors, and that has helped me to understand what directors who don't have acting experience are talking about, like, or what the camera is doing. Like, for instance, the camera can't cross the line, which isn't a term that I knew as an actor, but being on the opposite side of the camera, I think has really impacted my acting work in general. And also just has been a really fun experience, because I love filmmaking in general. So it's been nice to like get to have that experience. And for producing, it's also taught me so much about just how movies are made, and like why it's why everybody needs a name, or why that term even exists, and why it can't just be about like how you know what actor you want to put in a role, and like how money moves and how it's where it comes from. And so yeah, doing both of those things, and also writing. I wrote a script that hasn't been made, but I wrote also the short film. um and writing in general also has helped me to be like, to get a better understanding of like, if someone has worked on a project, like written a script for 6 years, like the importance of a word that they use. If they use could instead of would, how important is that like that differentiation? Is it important? Or if someone like says that they wrote a script in like a couple of months, like it's about like how they're married to the script, and whether or not improv is useful or not, or whether or not in a scene improving is useful or not. Or if like for instance, as a directing something made me realize that like when you have multiple people in a scene and someone puts down a cup in a way that you know, they put it down at a certain line and then they don't do it the next time, and that cup isn't there. It is so hard in the editing room to match that. And so being very cognizant of like what you do as an actor on camera, because you're going to make the editor's job so much easier in post.